Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Pathfinder Kingmaker, where last time we made it to, we got invited to King Aravetti's Rushlight tournament here in Pitax, and we have arrived. We went there immediately because we were ready to go. We've been managing our kingdom for a while, explored the diurnal marches, and everything's great. And now we're here at Rushlight Fields, ready to party. And in real life, we've got some thunder in the background, so if you guys hear that, it's not thunder in the game, although there probably will be some thunder of some sort going on here shortly. Let's go ahead and start exploring, have some fun, even though I'm on death's door. Hello, Julia. It's a pity the hunt you held was ruined. I do hope it wasn't the last one. Oh yeah, I remember you guys now. Edna. A pleasure to meet you, Your Highness. Congratulations on your coronation. Interestingly, I think the episode that these guys were in originally just came out when I recorded this. That's how far ahead I am on this playthrough in particular. I'm pretty far ahead on Wrath of the Righteous too, but not quite as far. But yeah, I've been working hard to get a nice big backlog of videos ready for when I have to go back to work when summer's over. And so far, I think I've been doing a good job of that. Best Mivani steel. Show me. Prove it. If it's the best, prove it. Descending order. The Dark Forest Spear. This +4 necrotic spear summons a friendly 9th level Will-O-Wisp for 1d6 rounds when it ends a life. Ooh, that's kind of cool, I'm not gonna lie. That's pretty neat. Got the short spear here, Morning. Whenever this +4 keen short spear lands a hit, it has a chance to create a crushing despair spell. I think we've seen that one, or at least that effect. The Chaos Hammer. That'd be perfect for our boy Harem. Touch of Chaos, yeah. Quarterstaff. Here's a scimitar. It's +3 shock scimitar. It's a runic mage blade. Alright. Well, let's see. Has anything on the divine intervention? I don't think so. I mean, the runic shock. I mean, I guess. Be honest, half the time I forget that I have this. I mean, it hits better. I don't know. Not for 50,000 gold. I don't think it's a big enough upgrade. We got Whimsy, which would... Oh, it's a short bow. But I mean, you don't have longbow proficiency, right? So I think a composite short bow could still be good for you. +3 short bow lands a hit. It has a chance to cast Hitty's Laughter on the target. That's kind of cool. Well, what's the chance, though? Does it show me? No. Adamantine Full Plate +4. Spine Breaker, great club. Alright. Okay, well, you do have some good stuff, my friend, but nothing that I would consider good enough for me to take on. All these +4 weapons is pretty impressive, though. +4 weapon of everything. So if you just wanted a flat +4 weapon, you know where to go. Alright, well, thank you, nameless trader. Let's loot the place, too. No loot goes unturned. Or ungathered. I was thinking like no box goes unturned or something. I don't know what the hell I'm saying. I have had a single sip of my beer so far, so you know. Karn Variel. Hi. The gnome's yellow bloodshot eyes scan the faces in the room nervously. Noticing you, he grabs for his sealed sheath. What? Who are you? Oh, it's your Royal Highness? Ah, forgive me. I didn't recognize you. An honor, truly. A huge honor. I'm Karn Variel, a simple salesman. Who are you? I told you already. The gnome's voice rises in anger. I'm a simple salesman. Not rich, not noble. Why would a king concern himself with me? He wouldn't. What is it that you sell? What do you care? Fish and the like. Who might you recommend I meet here? No one. Everyone. How should I know? I'm just a simple salesman. Leave me be. I don't trust you. Die, you dirty thief. Yes, your highness. A great honor. Go have fun. I shall. Oh, look at that. We got a nice water source here. You can drink and... I guess drink. I was going to say you can drink and bathe then, but it's probably not the appropriate time to bathe, to be honest. Although, I mean... be quite the party, right? Party of bathing. A bathing party. Yeah. The path of splendid glory. So we got a stage going on here. Oh, it's the Goblin Merchant. Ah, adventurers. Look at my offers. New wares in a new bag. All new. All bestest. Only me be old. Can't be any bester. Ha! Look at this pitiful stuff. No much choice for a hero to buy, eh? Knock knock eyes the trader's goods, with obvious greed, though he still manages to turn around with feigned disdain. What are you doing here? You know. No? Sellers beware fair be. No one be calling us. We come where the buying is. We be professional traders. Show me. What you got that's new? Anything new? No. It was the Battle Master's plate. It was the plate of the beast that I thought we had bought before. Yeah, but I mean, this is a good set of armor. But nah. Nah. Nah, I think we're still good. We don't need any of your stuff. Good to see you again, though. A nice little fireplace. Little dock. Walsh Selvaray. Several concerned dock workers crowd around a finely dressed half-elf, who listens to the workers with imperious dignity. It's as we've been telling you, Judge. This is the third shipment in 2 months they've stolen from us. Can't keep that up. Doesn't matter how good the last year's business has been. No cargo means no pay, and no pay means no new shipments. We asked you about the thefts before. It has nothing changed. Where's the king's justice, your honor? The half-elf patiently motions for silence. It is true that pirates have taken route along the Pitax River and attacked several shipments heading upriver. The king has... He pauses, noticing you for the first time. He adjusts his posture and stands taller and straighten his sash of office before continuing. King Erivetti shall address the problem soon. However, he will hear no formal complaints until after the Rushlight tournament. In the meantime, he advises that travelers downriver take care around Littletown. Until then, partake in the festivities and the king's generosity. If anyone has further questions or concerns, I am at your disposal. The gathered workers grumble and disperse, barely mollified by his response. The bright sash cuts across the man's chest, identifying him as a magistrate of Pitax. He makes a shallow bow while keeping his head inclined upward, as if being polite while also conveying his superiority. May the king's law guide you at the Rushlight tournament today. I'm clearly addressing someone important, but I don't believe we've met. The half-elf motions to his sash. I am the Honorable Walsh Calvaway, a magistrate of Pitax, judge of the people's concerns and executor of the king's justice. I overheard you talking about stolen shipments. There a problem? Ah, yes, that. He sets his teeth into a practiced smile. Those teeth briefly grind together. An outbreak of river piracy has caused some consternation among the citizens. Simply avoid or exercise caution near Littletown in the meantime. Perhaps Pitax would benefit from somebody who has a history of vanquishing bandits. Let us be clear, declares the magistrate, narrowing his eyes with disdain. Pitax's armed forces are entirely capable of handling these criminals. There's no need for would-be heroes or aspiring vigilantes to get involved, much less foreign interests. I recommend enjoying the rest of the festival. How can he be so deaf to the people's woes? And he calls himself a judge. Fine day to you.
In due time.
Pitax warden. Making sure nobody goes wandering out into the water, I see, huh? Another Path of Splendid Glory book. Just going up the river here. Alright. Alright, then we're just going to cut back. I usually go around the borders, but this time we're just going to cut through. Ooh, another trader. Scrolls, potions for any taste. The very best, straight from Daggermark. Show me. We got Lapis Lazuli Wyvern, 140,000. This figurine is capable of summoning a barb-tongued wyvern once per day for 10 minutes. The barb-tongued wyvern bite is just as deadly as its sting. The wyvern draws power from the owner of the figurine, and its hit dice is equal to the summoner's character level, maximum 16 HD. That's pretty good. That'd be a nice grab. We got Greater Kinetic Diadem. It adds 3d6 and 66 for a composite. You don't have one. You have the intelligence one, which we want to keep because that's your economy stuff. But your sister could use that. That's possible. 98,000 gold, though. It's kind of expensive. We have 464,000 gold to spare, with the potential to sell some things like these things right here, and these things here, and these things here. Give us a little bit more money here. So you got some rods here, and then a bunch of scrolls. Okay. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Both of those things sounded interesting. Man, that thunder's loud. Holy crap. Maybe jump a little bit. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but... Grolton Guest. There's a Barker. The best locks from Highhelm. Don't miss your chance to get one. Test your finesse against the finest dwarven locksmithing. Crack the lock, get the prize. Who'll challenge the best dwarven locks of the 5 Kings Mountains? What's going on? Do you know your way around a lockpick? Why not show off your skills? Here we have 3 chests, bound with the finest dwarven locks straight out of Highhelm. One attempt is 500 gold. Open 1 lock, you get some of your money back. 2 locks, you get more than you paid. Open all 3 and you get a grand prize. Sure, I'll try to pick the locks. Splendid, come. The table's right here. I wish you the best of luck. Alright. Lockpicking contest. Oh, we've already done it. Okay. You're a locksmith.
You can count on me.
This is a simple lock. You got this.
I did as you asked.
The first lock is open. Congratulations, but can you open the second? What was the trickery check on that one? 24. We have a plus 35. Holy crap.
Done and done.
The second lock defeated. Only the hardest remains now. Okay. Wow, this one's gonna be really tough. Can I... Anything I got that can boost that? It's dex based, right? You already have a dex enhancement. We could go a little further. Let's see. Anything I got that can help with my trickery. I'm trying to think. I don't know if I do. Trickery. I'm not sure. I don't think so. Alright, let's give it a check. Give it a try. What the fuck? It's trapped, you piece of shit. Try again. Hold on, what was the chance on it? Oh, we didn't even see.
No, I'm embarrassed.
46. Oh, I could have done it. Can she do it again? Okay, this is annoying. Like, come on, man. Why do you have a...
Adventures call to them.
Nobody good at religion. Okay, well, we...
won't let you down.
Not too happy about that, my man. I am the king, and you hurt the king's friend. Ring of Reckless Courage. Ah, yeah. So, do I not get to try again? I'll try again. I don't mind.
I'm there.
I'll try again. Should I do that one?
I did as you asked.
That one.
I did as you asked.
Oh wow, we're getting XP again.
I've broken a nail.
I can do it. I can do it. I swear.
Done and done. I did as you asked. I've broken a nail.
Come on, Octavia.
I did as you asked. Done and done. I did as you asked.
I can't believe it. He just popped the last lock. Only 1 in a million could do such a thing. Awesome, we got the Trap Springer's glove as well as 3,000 gold, which is more than we had. Awesome. I'm pretty sure she already had those though. Oh, you don't? Never mind. I'll take them. Here comes the Conqueror of Locks, Scourge of Chests himself. Congratulations, it was a splendid victory. Thank you. It was all me. I can't believe Octavia's trying to take the credit for it. Can't believe it. Alright. Dagger mark guest. Got a table full of food over here. I'll take it. Hello, who's that? Aymar Deschamps. Amid the tournament's frivolity, you notice that 2 men nearby have been having a heated but hushed discussion. One wears flashy clothing fit for an entertainer, whereas the other wears the steel armor and red cloak of Pitax's guard. It's difficult to hear what they're saying. Creep closer to listen to what they're saying. Although the two huddled near one another, their voices only occasionally rising above the ambient laughter and music, you're able to overhear the rest of their conversation. The guard sternly chides the entertainer. I don't know quite what you're up to, Aymar, but I know that look. You're planning something. Something dangerous. This isn't the time. You know he's become harsher about. Look around you, Talwyn, Aymar interjects. This celebration? It's just more blood and sport to cover for the ongoing troubles, and we've both helped shepherd it along. This isn't the future we had planned for, but it's the one the fates have dealt. Can we really stand by? He begins to raise his hand and strike a pose as if preparing to make a bold declaration. The guard's hand intercepts Aymar's arm, firmly preventing the entertainer from making a scene. You know how harsh justice is these days. I've seen it with my own eyes, and it would crush me to see noble intentions harming good people, especially like you. I appreciate those feelings, I do. Aymar gently removes Talwyn's hands from his arm. But what Pitax needs now is action, and I intend to act. The entertainer looks up, spots you, and smiles as Talwyn frowns and sadly walks away. It's a rare day that life emulates screenplays, Your Highness. Could it be that heroes have arrived in the people's time of need? He barely opens his mouth before he made my teeth itch with all his triacle and nonsense. Oh, heroism. That's exactly what we do. See that symbol on his clothing? That marks him as a member of the Red Crescent Theater in Pitax. A fellow artist. She eagerly extracts her journal. Imagine the stories we could write together. What seems to be the problem? I first arrived here 5 years ago, answering King Aravetti's call for artists and actors to make Pitax a new crucible for the arts. Admittedly, the king dedicated plenty of money to building new theaters and schools. Art only thrives, though, when there are visitors and patrons to pay for it. Aymar sidles closer, lowering his voice, and that's where Aravetti has failed. The Pitax River is our lifeline, connecting us to the outside world. River pirates know it, and they prey upon incoming travelers. You might think the king would thwart these pirates and defend his people, but no. He's only sent escorts to protect his key shipments, leaving everyone else to the pirates' depredations. This tournament? It hides how we suffer from the king's inaction. Now, when the king's soldiers cannot or will not vanquish the villains, what happens in the stories? He winks and gestures knowingly. That's right. Heroes step up. Numerous victims have told me of the attacks, and I have pieced together the approximate location of the pirates' camp. If you can ambush and defeat them, traffic will flow, commerce will thrive, and you'll command the adoration of the boatmen, dock workers, artists, and more. Naturally, I'm prepared to write a play dramatizing your exploits. What do you say? I'm always ready to thwart river pirates. I accept. I have questions. The wisest protagonist always has questions. What would you like to know? How many pirates are there? It varies by the report. The camp could have a few dozen, so you might try to take them by surprise. Why hasn't the king acted against the pirates? That's unclear. It might be a lack of soldiers, or perhaps it's a lack of will. Leaving the pirates alone might also undercut political or economic enemies in some way. But at what cost? Is there a reward? Imar laughs nervously. The term starving artist was fairly common in Taldor. Perhaps you haven't heard it before? I do not have much wealth, but I can help you win the people's adoration. I also understand that among the theater's props are a few enchanted items of actual value. So perhaps I can entice you with those? I'm always ready to thwart river pirates. I accept. Imar grins eagerly. Then it's settled. I'll write down the directions real quick, and when you're done, you meet me in Patax, so I can hear your account. No doubt the magistrate will be pleased to stop getting piracy complaints too. He draws a roll of parchment from a scroll tube. I hope you'll arrive in time to see my latest production. Speaking of which, I'm already late to oversee its rehearsal. Consider this a little preview. Good hunting. Tearful are the skies excerpt. Okay. Interior of castle's wall or hall. Night. The fat duke. I think that's just to say that's a character. The fat duke paces in frets, looking with concern toward a window. A crowd jeers outside. Fool sits upon the floor and watches Duke with concern. Fool opens his mouth to speak consoling words, but then recoils when the Duke looks at the fool irritably. Duke. Rage, hatred, wrath, and spite, they shout below. What villain must I be to earn such ire? Fool. Your grace, protest this humble fool, I swear. The folk, they praise your acts without levity, for it's not your deeds that draw to the eyes their tears. Nay, you they honor with bright confetti. Why ask, your grace, whose policies they loathe? One name, O Duke that king. Duke. Aha! Send word to my finest knight with blaze like blazing justice, so burning with red righteousness. Fool. Your grace is one so humble might protest. If one so humble might protest, speak, fool. That warrior man you deem your best has all the noble hearts of drunken wolves, who chase the shepherd's flock with licking lips, and claim they drool for want of the sheep's safety. Fool, of what know you of laws, lands, and ships? Our king's word has this knight of his esteem, and yet now here you judge a soldier's worth? Duke raises a hand to strike the fool. No honor claims he when innocent heads roll, and your knight hears anguish yet laughs with mirth. No crime is humor. Aye, no crime cept when Sir Knight snorts mead as jokes of your grace's girth. Forsooth, fetch me my blade and cuirass, fool, and serve as squire to my thirsty vengeance. Duke angrily grabs his sword to fight the knight as the fool chases after him with a breastplate in hand. It's always a good idea to have your court fool as your squire, huh? Hi. Excuse me? A young man staggers toward you, his expensive doublet wet with wine. As he passes, he brushes shoulders with you and starts yelling, his breath rank with alcohol. Watch yourself! Who do you think you are, pig? You trampled on my foot and ruined my doublet. I demand satisfaction. Forgive me, it was an accident. Best not anger me. I've put away more people and monsters than you have bottles over the course of your waste of a life. Get out of here while you still can. Why is that animated Why? Is that Anamede Balavara herself over there? And it looks like she's calling you. Knock the bully out with a stealthy blow. Chaotic evil attack. You shouldn't have crossed me. Let's see. Likely success. Definitely a success, this one. Forgive me. It was an accident. What? Forgive you? You bumped me, ruined my doublet, and I'm supposed to just forgive you? Who's gonna clean this, huh? It's expensive, and you slopped wine all over it. Best not anger me. Sorry. Think I confused you for someone else. Sorry. My mistake. These things, they happen. Mumbling apologies, the bully disappears. 6,000 XP for that. That's crazy. You're that mean merchant. There's another trader, though. Best wares on the river. Don't waste time asking where they're from. Get these deals while they last. You notice Octavia's fingers reach for a sparkling charm on the vendor's belt. My companion's taken a liking to your charm. Would you sell it for, say, 50 gold coins? Wag a finger at Octavia. Pretend not to notice. Chaotic neutral. Distract the vendor. Yeah, we have the money. We don't need to steal things, Octavia. I'll buy that charm. The vendor gladly takes the gold. Of course, as you wish. Here, please. Ah, that will suit you nicely. The vendor smiles as he gives Octavia the trinket. Octavia takes the charm from the vendor's hand, fastens it to her belt, and smiles at you. Thank you. It's just lovely. And so are you. Show me your wares, I say to her. Haha. No. Oh, God. Okay. What do we got? Ring of Circumstances. 370,000 gold. Whew. The wearer of this ring can, after resting while wearing it, activate up to 4 abilities from the list below. Removing the ring will immediately remove all bonuses from it. So I can get 4 of these. These are circumstance bonuses. Oh, wow. +1 to weapon damage rolls, all skill checks, AC, DC of spells, any of my attributes, 4 of my attributes. Dude. It's horrendously overpriced. Look how its real value is 92,000. Whew. That's crazy. And then underneath that, though, we have mental perfection or physical perfection. +6. Strength, dexterity, con. Man. That's a lot of money. Perfect components. This belt makes first, second, and third level spells cast by its wearer empowered and extended. Wow. Okay, this guy's got some good shit. And then we got mental perfection again. Castigator's Cloak. This cloak grants its wearer +4 deflection to AC, resistance to all saving throws, 4 to persuasion skill checks when used to intimidate, 2 on attack and damage rolls against shaken targets. It can only be used by characters of evil alignment. Well, that sucks. About the Absolver's Cloak. It's the same thing, but for good characters. Actually, it's a little different. 4 deflection, 4 saving throws, 4 persuasion, 1 AC. Okay. So deflection bonus, though, isn't that what this is? Yeah. So I guess we just get that in cape form. Oh, I think my Wyvern cape is better. +4 natural armor. Oh, that's all you have. Oh man, do we drop that much money on it? I don't know, guys. It's pretty good. It is pretty good. You just get a bonus on your stats like that, and attack rolls and AC. Saving throws. Like we could do Dex for my character. We could do Dex, AC, weapon damage rolls, and saving throws. Ah, man, I don't know. That's kind of steep though. 370,000 gold for that. I don't know if that's worth it. Circumstance bonuses are pretty rare though, I think. So it could be good in that sense. Oh, we've already been over there. I don't know. Oh, we still have a lot of places to look. Excuse me. Alright, let's go up here. We're really going up a hill here.
I'm there.
Where are we at now? Alright, we got some guests here.
I did as you asked.
Ooh. Chain shirt and mithril scale mail. Get that food. Some booze.
Me see, me keep.
Oh, nice find. Very nice. Got a manticore in there. That's never a good sign. Never a good sign when we have manticores around. Okay, we got some sort of ring here. I think it might be a fighting ring. I remember fighting in it. Hello, you're new. Oh, I can't talk to you though. Another guest. More booze.
Follow if you dare.
Place your bets. I don't want to fight yet. I'm still enjoying the festivities.
I do what
I want to get all bloody and sweaty, you know? Casper Lykinza. My regards, King Agronak. Gasper Lykinza, at your service. Tell me about yourself. I am the head of the Lykinza family, and master of what remains of the Iron Fox Trade House. Before Aravetti took the crown, it would have been my family receiving you at your house, or our house. Alas, we're simply guests at a celebration now. What caused you to lose influence? It's a dark and sordid tale, and I swear I'd give my life to learn the full truth of it. Pitax was founded by 4 families and ruled by their 4 trade houses for centuries. We quarreled from time to time, of course, but property didn't always change hands peacefully. But none of us would dream of impinging on another family's lawful rights. And then Aravetti appeared. We underestimated him. Thought him nothing more than another adventurer like the thousands of others in the region. He handled matters quickly and chaotically, with assets running through his fingers faster than chips at a card table. His wealth grew rapidly, but he still wasn't a big fish. For a while, at least. He invited representatives from all the trade houses to play cards. No one really knows exactly what happened, but by morning he owned most of their assets, including the crown. They suspected a rigged game and sent representatives from the families to discuss the matter with him. And then a wave of disappearances rolled across the city. My brothers, the former kings of Pitax, disappeared, along with many other honorable people, and Aravetti made it clear that the lives of his hostages would depend upon our obedience. He was king, and our wealth and power lay in ruins. Yeah, that's rough. The citizens of Pitax seemed to love Aravetti. It would seem so, wouldn't it? Yet appearances can be deceiving. Yes, he's made many rich and happy, but there are many more lives that he dragged through the mud for his own endless celebration. Trust me, there are many who would gladly put an end to his rule, but the king has so many spies that everyone's afraid even to discuss it. Ask the head of his precious academy, Atalia Gitarin, what she thinks, or maybe High Priest Dre Yarns. You'll see their mouths shut tighter than an oyster's shell. Pitax's high society is a notorious snake pit. Not that it's much different from any other high society in the world. Who might you recommend I meet? I'd do better to tell you whom you should avoid. There's a gloomy, sickly-looking gnome wandering about, Karn Virio, chief of the so-called Thieves Guild. He's Aravetti's prime business partner, and they understand the word business quite broadly. You said the so-called Thieves Guild. What is it he really does? Certainly not picking pockets. The fellow came from Numeria shortly after Aravetti started his reign. I won't lie, the Pitaxian trade houses occasionally made some questionable deals, but before Aravetti, those like Viril were driven from the city faster than you can say first dose is free. The man's a drug pusher. He sells the blood rush extract. They say it enhances all senses extraordinary and evokes vivid visions, but also affects minds and could be toxic in repeated doses. I saw those who overuse it. They could not put 3 words together because of Viril, half the city's youth is on his trash. And Aravetti's pleased as punch about it. The more time the citizens spend in altered states, the fewer questions they ask. The gnome also uses his own product. It affects both the body and the mind. He fears his own shadow, seeing deception and trickery everywhere. Those who deal with him hope for fabulous profits, but they, more often than not, end up at the bottom of the river. Farewell. Okay. So you got drug dealers here, huh? There's somebody that he said we should talk to. Can't remember if that was the pernicious poison. Nice. Is this the academy head? Your Royal Highness, welcome to the Rushlight tournament. My name is Nunzio Arpaia, and I have the honor of being His Highness King Aravetti's Master of Ceremonies. You could say the organization of this tournament rests on my shoulders. If you need anything, I'm at your disposal. Tell me about the tournament. Since starting his reign over Pitax, His Highness King Aravetti has held this tournament once in several years. I don't know what that means. Once in several years. Inviting guests from the high society of nearby kingdoms to attend. Today, we have guests from Daggermark, Mivon, Gralton, and Timon. Unfortunately, Brevoy did not honor us with their representatives this year. It's entirely possible that recent events and the stressful political climate have put them in a less than festive mood. But we're pleased to have your highness in attendance for the first, and I hope not the last time this year. Are they saying it happens like several times a year? What events are on the schedule? The tournament consists of 3 contests. First, the participants will display their strength and dexterity in the Fisher's Triathlon, a tribute to local crafts and trades, so to speak. Then we'll be measuring competitors' wits in the boasting contest. There's a reason we're the cultural capital of the region, after all. And finally, the evening will wrap up with some mock combat in the drunken melee. Then His Highness, or His Majesty, will announce the winner of the tournament, and we'll all enjoy a festive banquet, followed by a splendid fireworks show. What about flying? Flighting. I'm good at that. Ready to participate? Not yet. Farewell. Let's keep looking around. Who's this guy? Jay Yarns. Oh, a new face at the celebration. I'm pleased to meet you. Jay Yarns, High Priest of Calistria, at your disposal. Octavia smiles at the cleric. Praised be the savored sting. Ragongar bares his fangs in a grin. Hail the unquenchable fire. May our Lord's charity, or Lady's charity, never leave us. Do many Pitaxians worship Calistria? Of course. She's been the patron goddess of Pitax since its founding. The goddess likes our joyful town, and its citizens love her in return. If ever you visit Pitax, you would surely enjoy the proud spikes of her cathedral. It's the most beautiful building in the city. Who might you recommend I meet? There are many prominent people here, as usual. My first recommendation would be Maestro Anamide. Many would give their lives to exchange words with her. She's Pitax's best singer and the finest of its women. I've heard you're not exactly happy with Aravetti. The priest looks away. Oh no, I've no issue with his reign. He's a generous donor, and the celebrations he hosts are beyond praise. The king himself, though, his exorbitant pride is irritating. Calistria dislikes those who would place themselves above the gods, and I wouldn't be surprised if she teaches him a lesson, sooner or later. That I could deal with, though. There's something else that I find harder and harder to tolerate. You see, the goddess patronizes bodily love, but only that given voluntarily. Uh-oh. It is sometimes difficult for me to protect our young priests and priestesses from him. His unsolicited attention. I fear to imagine how hard it must be for our beautiful Anamede, whatever. Or what Atalia Gitaran must deal with. The king is said to often mistake the academy for his personal harem. Okay, so this guy needs to go. I've heard you're not exactly happy with everybody's reign, blah 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 blah. Farewell. Well, that's not good, is it? Wonder if we're missing a lot there. It might just be like a cliff. Atalia. Greetings, Your Highness. I'm Atalia Gitaran, headmaster of the Academy of Grand Arts. Welcome to the tournament. Is this your first time here? I'll be honest, I'm delighted to hear what you've done with the freelance. Not so long ago. It was difficult for more than a whole. It was. I swear, I'm usually much better at speaking as the head of a school of art and poetry. It was little more than a hole in the ground, but you've brought it real civilization. Bravo. Lindsay has some interesting news for you. Yes, Professor Eobold found refuge in our capital. And you know what? He's writing his memoirs of his time in the academy. I'm sure it'll be an entertaining read for everyone in Pitax. No, all of Aveston. A book, you say? How brave of him. I hope he doesn't neglect to include the details of his dismissal. Atalia's voice is ice cold and bone dry. What details? What do you mean? Aravetti kicked Professor Eobold out for just being too smart, didn't he? I'm sure that's exactly how he described it. They call him the insightful for a reason, after all. Anyway, forgive me, but I've no interest in discussing this topic further. If you'd like to exchange idle gossip, I'm sure you can find much more willing and interesting company here. I suspect you know whom I'm referring. How fares the academy? Oh, just splendid. If you ever find time to visit Pitax, I'd gladly give you a tour. We're currently holding an exhibition of our graduates' works. Though it's a pity that... No, it's fine. Believe me, we have plenty worth coming to see and hear. I hear you're not exactly thrilled by Aravetti's power. Forgive me, Your Highness, but this is defamation. My students and I owe everything we have to King Aravetti. If not for him, the Academy of Grand Arts wouldn't even exist. It would be base ingratitude on my part to engage in any conspiracy against our patron. You must have me confused with Anamede Bellavara. I'm just gonna call her Anna Bellavara. There we go. She's certainly always ready to bite the hand that feeds, or caress. Understandable. Who might you recommend I meet here? There are many respectable attendees today. You already know King Aravetti, of course. You should be sure to speak to High Priest Dre Yarns as well. He's truly a wise and honorable man. And if I may give you one piece of advice, beware of Karn Burial. He may be business partners with King Aravetti himself, but those who deal with him usually find themselves in a bad way. Since he showed up in the city, our dear captain of the guard, Ursi Kalisi? I don't know. has so much work that Atalia stopped short, covering her mouth. Forgive me, I probably said too much. What did you mean when you mentioned the circumstances surrounding Eobold the Insightful's dismissal? Forgive me, Your Highness, but I prefer not to discuss the subject. If you're truly so interested, I'm sure there are more than a few slanderers who would gladly share the dirty details with you. Alright, bye. Anything else over here? Got a chest.
Done and done.
Nice. Chain lightning. Damn. Whose tent is this? Ooh, and a sky metal cogwheel.
I'm off.
I think that's all just cliff. Pitax warden here.
I'm there.
Hey guys. Is this like the warden camp or something?
I do what I must.
2 books. Paladin's Final Temptation. Okay. Got a chest up here.
I did as you asked.
Thank you, Octavia. Just in meta magic. Very nice. Okay. We're getting there. There's Anna. Bellavara. Alright, we're just gonna cut across the edge here since we're on the edge. Living life on the edge.
Follow if you dare.
What is this place for? This must be where the drunken melee happens, I bet.
Due time.
Where's the exit? Oh, right here. Alright, we'll cut back across. Looks like we have to go back around here. Okay.
I'm there.
Alright, we got just about everything explored. There she is. Hello again. Oh, Agranak, the famed Baron. No, excuse me. The King of the Free Lands now. Has come to visit us. It's such a delight to see you here. Maestro Bellavara, well, do you remember me? Lindsay blurts out, turning bright red. Ah, Lindsay. Of course I remember you. You and your nonsense at the poetics exam. I hear you have your own publishing house now. I didn't take you for the entrepreneurial sort, but I'm happy you finally found your calling. I believe Lindsay has some questions for you. Oh? I just hope it isn't about any of the lectures I used to give you at the academy. Go ahead, ask away. Anna smiles encouragingly at Lindsay. Lindsay turns bright red, takes a deep breath, and blurts out. Sorry, but I really need to know the truth. Why did Aravetti kick Professor Eobold out of the academy? Oh, yes. He did move to your kingdom, didn't he? I'm curious how he portrayed his dismissal. I'd bet it was something like a poem in 6 verses recounting the tale of a tyrant ousting a poor but honest scientist for telling the truth. The reality is much more mundane. Aravetti didn't fire Eobold. Atalia did. And I have to give it to her. This time, unlike most times, she was completely right. That can't be. Why did she do that? Well, Eobold is a very fine teacher, of course, but he pays too much attention to how his favorite students perform in class, and not enough to their extracurricular activities. Why worry if they steal a trinket here or there, or maybe rough someone up on occasion, so long as their poetry and music are exemplary? Predictably, this led to a sad end. What was supposed to be just another innocent joke from one of his favorites, Alandi, led to someone's death. It was an accident, certainly. The kids just underestimated their own strength. Atalia expelled a lot of them, and as always, Eobold went to stand up for them. But this time, he discovered that her patience was not boundless. She blamed him, said that he'd let his troublemakers run wild, so he could get out of the academy along with them. She told him she won't tolerate any more bullying, even if it's coming from genius students. I understand it's odd to hear, won't tolerate from Atalia Gitarin, but that's what really happened. Pale, Lindsay looks at Anamedi with huge eyes, unable to utter a word. If Aravetti didn't banish Eobold, then why did he send those cutthroats after him? He'd planned to return the old man to Pitax to make Atalia reinstate him into the academy. Or, failing that, he at least wanted to keep him from going to you. Eobold the Insightful is a prominent name. Of course, Aravetti would want the teacher serving him, rather than his neighbors. Why would Atalia hide the circumstances around Eobold's dismissal? She doesn't like to discuss the academy's internal affairs. Behind that neat facade, there are too many events she's looked the other way on over the years. All in good faith, of course. Thank you. I'm not sure you should be thanking me. I see poor Lindsay's not too happy with this truth. Hey, come on, girl, cheer up. Being disappointed by people is practically a professional necessity for people like us. Whatever I may have said before, you're not a bad bard. And that means sometimes you have to face the music. Lindsay gulps and whispers, Thank you. Tell me about yourself. You could have easily asked any of my admirers who Anna Bellavara is. That'd be about 3/4 of Pitax. And the rest are all my haters. You don't get to be the best among a city of poets and musicians without gathering a few enemies along the way. But why should I concern myself with hacks and soreheads? What can you tell me about King Aravetti? Anna's face darkens for a moment, but she quickly regains her sweet smile. Love him or hate him, you can't deny he's a great man. Pitax was a boring place before him. Only pirates, fences, and other scum did any business in the area. But then King Aravetti came and turned it into the cultural capital of the region. With him in charge, the arts have flourished and the city's been filled with songs, paintings, and statues. I just pray that Calistria breathes the same love of the arts into the withered hearts of some of the other rulers in the region, who'd prefer to squander their resources on saber rattling. Some may say that King Aravetti doesn't have a taste for arts. Any successful person gets haters spreading dirty rumors about them. You should hear the things they say about me. Pay it no mind. Our king is a man of exquisite taste and with appreciation for all kinds of arts. Does the king have any enemies? Of course he has enemies. Lots of them. Just like anyone who's actually accomplished anything in life. Take some of the old trade houses, for example. Like Kinza and some of the others who he stripped of their power. They'd love to see him at the bottom of a river. But even now, in their mutual sorry states, they can't manage to work together. There's also Ursi Kalisi, captain of the guard. He was just seething with indignation when the king brought new rules to the city. But who wants to listen to the whining of failures like him? Aravetti brought a golden age to Pitax, or on Pitax. I've heard King Aravetti can be too persistent in his flirtations. Anna purses her lips for a moment, then replies slowly, choosing her words carefully. I prefer not to discuss the private life of His Highness with strangers, much less my own. The details of any interactions between us will remain just that, between us. Let's please discuss another topic. Tell me about the tournament. Our beloved king has run this tournament once in several years. Okay. Since he took the throne. I guess that's a phrase I just never knew of. Guests from all over the river kingdoms come for it, from Dagamark to Mivan. It's a pity Brevoid didn't honor us with any representatives this year. I guess the Aldori aren't in a very festive mood right now. On the bright side, we got to host you for the first time. And Calistria willing, it won't be the last. Who should I meet? That depends on what you're looking for. If you're in the mood for pleasant company, well, you've already met me. And if you're in the mood for some Schadenfreude, you could listen to the whining of Gaspar. His family lost the Pitaxian crown in a card game. Or maybe Atalia Gitarin, the headmaster of the academy, who seems to think her skill at bureaucracy makes her a good bard. And if thrills are what you're after, especially the shivers down your spine kind, try speaking with Karn Vario, head of the Thieves Guild. Farewell. Enjoy the celebration. I can't believe it. Teacher lied to me all this time? I'm going to learn the truth as soon as we get back to the capital. You've of course got my support too, girl. Anything you need. Alright. Stefano. Oh, I know you. Since your last encounter, Stefano Mosconi has put on a little weight. His appearance has become even more festive. As you approach, a polite smile blooms on his face. Why, if it isn't King Agranac. Please, allow me to congratulate you on your success. So we meet again, and not on the battlefield. Assuming this tournament isn't a trap, of course. This isn't the first year the tournament's been held. Why was I just invited this year? Your face disgusts me, die. So we meet again. Of course it's not. It may be hard to believe, but King Aravetti's intentions are quite honest this time. Trust me, he'll make a move sooner or later, but for now he's invited you for the chance to see a new rival with his own eyes. I'll let you in on a little secret. He actually thinks very highly of you. This isn't the first year the tournament's been held? Nah, so Aravetti considers me a rival? I didn't think I'd given him any cause for a feud. The unfortunate reality is that your very existence, along with the strength of your kingdom, is cause enough. What would happen were you to join the Mivon against Pitax? Or perhaps you might seek to extend your lands west and not stop at the border. What if merchants from Brevoy began traveling through your lands, bypassing Pitax entirely? And of course, the most important question. Mosconi's grin turns predatory. Do you sit securely on your throne, or does Pitax stand a chance of expanding east? Now that's real talk we have here. Come on, Honorable Stefano, sing us another of your sweet political songs. At least you're honest with me. I appreciate the warning. Think nothing of it. I have great interest in seeing how events will unfold. Yeah, why is it taking so long for me to get an invitation? I mean no offense when I say this, but both you and your state were frankly, inconsequential. Not significant enough for our attention. But your victory at Brevoy's border and your subsequent coronation changed all that. In truth, King Aravetti only invites those he's identified as worthy rivals to the tournament. Farewell. I keep running into people. An elf in leather armor scans the crowd intently. He seems to be the only one at the celebration not participating. He's also the only one besides the guards whose weapon isn't sealed. Your Highness, welcome to Pitax. Ursi Kalisi, Captain of the City Guard, at your service. You don't seem to be enjoying the celebration. The celebration is for you. For the City Guard, it's just another work day. Right now, our work is preventing disruption of the festivities. I thought Pitax was a city without laws. Where did the guards come from? Even pirates and smugglers have laws of a kind, and they need someone to keep their orders. The City Guard was created by the trading houses not long after the city was founded. We were paid by the citizens. Not all of them like us, but they all understand things are better with us than without. Aravetti seems to have a tight grip on his power over the city. Oh yes. The trading houses hate him, of course, but, well, first and foremost, he has hostages. Second, each of the families is afraid to act alone, but they're all incapable of acting together. Gasper tried to unite them, but to no avail, and it's probably for the best, frankly. The last thing we need is combat in the streets. Aravetti can be blamed for many things, but at least he took power quickly and without carnage. Now Aravetti's enemies have nothing to do but sit around like High Priest Dre Yarns, pray for Calistria to send her giant holy wasps down to take him away. Who would you recommend I meet here? That depends on the purpose of your visit. If you're here on business, well, you already know King Aravetti, of course, but it would be worth your time to speak to Gasper, too. The trading houses may have lost much of their power, but they're still capable of many things. And if you'd like to partake of a renowned culture, there's Annabella Vara, the most famous bard in the city, and Talia Gitaran as well, headmaster of the academy. Just take care. They can't stand one another. I hear you're not pleased with the way Aravetti rules. Hell yeah. 5,000 for that check. The elf looks around carefully. Not so loud. Aravetti has ears everywhere. But if your highness must know, so be it. My fellows and I serve the city. Not the crown, not the trading houses, not whoever has the biggest purse. The city. This dump we call Pitax, and all the poor fools who swarm around it. Former kings understood this. They're the ones who arranged it in the first place. But when Aravetti took charge, he thought the city guard would be his personal cutthroats. And once he realized that wasn't the case, he started doing everything in his power to make our jobs harder. Now he has this personal guard he formed, who are above the law and following the orders of a barbarian. And then there's Karn Vario. With his so-called thieves guild, scumbags flooded the entire city with Numerian drug. Blood brush, exactly. Or extract. The poison that turns people into mindless sheep. Our former kings understood that even Pitax needed some bare minimum of order to avoid falling to pieces and floating down the river. Aravetti seems on track to burn the city to the ground. Farewell. Alright. Let's go ahead and see what this is about. A battle of spellcasters. Come, don't be shy. Witness secrets not meant for mortal eyes. An ethereal battle within the vortex of the supernatural. Bets here. Place your bets. What's going on? Oh, what I ask? What are the rules of your game? You think this is just a game? I wouldn't be so sure. The rules for you are simple enough. Though, choose one of the spellcasters and place your bet. If you guess the winner, you double your wager. If you're wrong, the gold is mine. Okay, what's going on? Ooh, something special indeed. I'd wager you've never seen the like. Before your eyes unfolds an epic battle between the world's greatest spellcasters, Mysteriado, the Devil Tamer of Cheliax, versus Zimmergaya. Magistress of Erison Riches. Who will win? Who would you bet on? Octavia moves very close to you and, barely suppressing her laughter, whispers, "Such charlatans, huh? Can I teach them a lesson? I found an interesting scroll here. Shall we see how they like it?" Don't. And you better return that scroll to whomever you found it from. Let's not. Being thrown out of the tournament is the last thing we need. Do whatever you want. Great idea, go for it. Do it. Great idea, go for it. Octavia giggles. Let's see what happens. Who dares interfere in one of our fights? Show yourselves. Let us see your face. No, seriously, show yourself, or I'll call the guards. Okay. I bet on this person. Let's see who wins. Good start, good start. Oh no, not to change size. Can we hurry this up? Red team earth method versus an air method. Wow, this is riveting. Nice. No, battle's over. Cheated. Alright, I guess you keep your gold then. I'm not gonna sit here and wait forever. Okay. I guess it's time to start the tournament up, huh? Or should we buy something? I don't think there's anything I really... No, there was the, this person had something. Yeah, it was the Greater Diadem, right? I think they had something else, too. Make sure there's not any loot we missed there. But this was the person, right? The scroll person. Nope, nope, nope. Price. Yeah, they had this thing. I think I want this. I'm gonna buy it. That could be useful too. Let's sell all this stuff. Do I do it? It is a good diadem. How much does it cost if I sold it again? Alright, so it's at least worth... No. It's not worth the price. Well, I mean, let's see the markup here. Yeah, so... you guys think I'd get another one somewhere? It's pretty expensive. I'm gonna hold off on it. There might be something else that I want. But this thing is cool. Yeah, get a pet dragon, basically. Also, we keep forgetting about Tiger here. Alright, so let's go back up to this guy. And I think we're going to end the episode before we actually get underway. Yeah, this guy. Yeah, we've talked to everybody. We've looted everything. What's that? God damn it. How did we miss that loot? Alright, well, let's go grab this real quick. and then we'll get ready to wrap up the episode. This is a pretty nice location, to be honest. I like it. The big cliff on the river. A letter from... Oh. Most wise sovereign of the most thriving kingdom. I hasten to inform my king that the secret mission with which you graciously entrusted me has reached its destination. This place's name sounds far from the music of heavenly spheres, and never would I dare risk insulting your eyes with the image of ignoble syllables. But for the sake of accuracy, I must inform you of our location. The settlement is called Littletown, and rightly so, I must add. The inn we have settled in for the night is located at the edge of the forest. In the morning, feathered minstrels delight my ears, and the ears of my less imbued with the grace of my less talented brethren in pen and rhyme, and I am imbued with the grace of loyalty to my king. Though the same cannot be said of some of the above-mentioned brethren, whose unworthy mouths have the audacity to express dissatisfaction with their fate. As for me, if it be the royal will, I would kneel before you and read my most refined sonnet, inspired by the local nature, which I enjoy at your command. I humbly assure you that my king will never be affected by the shadow of doubt over the fairness of the decision to send out your obedient servant on such an important mission, which all of us, by the way, and me most of all, are ready to start immediately. With my lowest bow to your highness, Trebrisant of Cordelon. Aww. I have to keep that in mind when we get back to, or when we go to Littletown after this festival. Alright guys, so in the next episode we're going to start the Rushlight tournament. Now that we've explored everything, we bought something, right? I don't really know how useful it'll be, mainly because I'll probably end up forgetting to use it. But it's cool, nonetheless. And yeah, hopefully we'll win some of these contests. If they are only for me, like if I can use everybody's skills, I think we'll be fine throughout it, but we'll see. Until then, hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you later.